Hi guys, and welcome to the Eagle Reality. I know, isn't this weird? I'm not Chris, but I've got a really cool story to tell you. My name is Savannah Amick, and I am Chris Ward's videographer, and he just recently helped me buy my first house. As you can see, we haven't quite finished unpacking yet, but we're getting there. Chris asked me to film a little video telling the story of how we got our first home, and maybe to help you guys out there if you are buying your first home. Mid to late February, my husband and I sat down and had a discussion about the potential of buying our first home. We had rented an apartment for about 2 years at this point. We really were starting to feel cramped in there. The area that it was in was a little sketchy, and we were just ready for something new. We had been praying about what to do, and we had noticed an influx in our income. That influx we were taking and setting aside for savings, and we were able to still maintain and sustain ourselves. We're still able to put aside a lot of money. It gave us the courage to go ahead and move forward and look into buying a house. So first things first, I would say try to save some money. Even if you don't use it for a down payment or a closing payment, you will still need it in the future. If you buy a new construction like we did, you'll have to buy a fridge, washer and dryer. If you buy an older home, you might want to renovate that house a little bit. If you are looking to buy a house, always be putting aside money. You never know when you could use it. So that being said, we began talking with Chris. At this point, we realized in conversation that the first thing we needed to do was get pre-approved for a loan. What this means is you get together a bunch of paperwork, you find a lender that you want to work with. We picked our lender and we got pre-approved. This is so important because it tells you what your actual budget is and what you can actually spend on a house. Once you get pre-approved and you know your budget, don't be discouraged by your budget, because if you just keep your eyes open, God will bless you with the house that is meant for you. Once you get pre-approved, the next thing you need to do is kind of set your lists of wants and needs. It's good to have it down on paper, but it was nothing that was gonna keep us from buying a house. The next thing you need to do is go look in your budget and find an area that you would like to live. Now, my husband and I had a pretty broad spectrum in comparison to most people. I would suggest you look smaller, find a couple of neighborhoods that you like. Once you know these, tell your realtor and they will put together a list of all the houses that they have in their MLS and send it to you. Okay, this is what we've done. We've gotten pre-approved, we've found out our budget, we've written down our wants and our needs, and now our realtor has sent us over houses to choose from that are in our budget. We went through all the houses that Chris Ward gave us. We went through a whole big list of like 40 houses. And on the 40, we found 6 that we really liked. Well, after doing some research and going and driving to said too far away house, I actually really like that one. So today you're gonna come along with us because we are gonna go see that house. It'll be our first showing, so that's exciting. This house that we're visiting now is on an acre of property, and it is 3 bed, or is it 4 bed? 4 bed, 2 bath, with a 4-car carport and a mother-in-law suite. So it sounds like it's actually gonna be pretty decently sized. I think online it said it was like 1,700 square feet, so a good sized house for sure. It's a little far out, but it meets the budget and it meets the things that we want. We had a couple different showings with Chris. My husband, Zachary, he works 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, so occasionally we had to schedule later showings. Thankfully, Chris was willing to do that, and it was still before daylight savings time, so it was still getting dark kind of early. We had one experience where we had to walk through a house in the dark because it didn't have electricity.
This is dedication to the home buying and showing process here. At Eagle Realty, we go the extra mile. Is that even recording because the light's not on? Maybe look at this light. Look, they tried to do get fancy with a little pattern here.
That first batch of houses were all a no. And man, was that discouraging. So back to the drawing board. We looked on Realtor, we looked on Zillow, because we wanted to make sure that we had gone through all of our resources to find a house that could be right for us. And while we were looking at Realtor and Zillow, we found this house that popped up in Myrtle Beach, and we fell in love with it. It was 3-bed, 2-bath, beautifully remodeled. The backyard was beautiful, and we loved that house. So we put in an offer. Another person's offer was accepted, and man, another discouraging moment, but we gave it a shot anyways. A tip here that I want to give is the only thing that can happen in putting in an offer is you get the house or you don't get the house. There's no money lost if you just put in an offer. So the least you can do is put in an offer. If you really love a house, put in an offer. For us, it didn't work out. For you, it could. It depends on your market, and it depends on the other people around you who are interested in that house. And then we found a new construction home. It wasn't quite done being built, but it was almost done being built. The only thing that was left was a few doors, some light fixtures, the quarter round in the rooms, and that was basically it. So we went to this house and we could see ourselves living in this house. All right guys, we're gonna give you a little tour of the space. Living room, kitchen, dining room. So we put in an offer and our offer got accepted. We went through all of this trouble and finally our offer got accepted, and then the paperwork begins. Just be patient, you will get through it. It will be easier when it's all said and done. You'll look back and think, man, why was I so stressed? But you will get through it, and then you'll have the house of your dreams. Let's go back through the tips here. Find a lender and get pre-approved. Then you need to choose your realtor. Again, for us, it was really easy. We were able to just go with Chris because we had a pre-built connection with him. I would suggest that you do the same. If you have a pre-built connection with a realtor, always reach out to them first. Choose the area of town you would like to be in. Once you've chosen your area and you know your budget, then you need to make your lists of wants and needs and go from there. And then you just begin looking for a house that meets your needs, that is within your budget. And your realtor can help you with every step of the way. Thank you so much to Emily Ward and Julie Moore at BB&T who were able to help us through the process of buying our first home. And thank you so much to Chris Ward, the realtor that you guys watch in these vlogs every single week, for helping us through the process of finding our first home. Please feel free to reach out to any of the agents at Eagle Realty to help you buy your first home. Thank you guys so much for watching through this. I hope that it shed some encouragement as you are looking for your first home. It is such an exciting process, and don't get discouraged through the process, because in the end, you end up with the greatest blessing of all, your own home.
Gotta go hard. I ain't got time to wait. I ain't got time. I gotta go high. Gotta go high. I gotta elevate. I gotta elevate.
I want a pool. I want a garden. I want 7,000 acres of land. It's so weird because my neighbor's house is right there. And I know that if they looked out their window, they could see me. But oh well.
I open this and there's just
A dead body.
in there.
And
we'll just close that and
Can we leave?
Gotta go hard. I ain't got